We're expecting American reaction this hour to events in Iran. More than 100 people have been killed by 2 bomb explosions. They happened near the tomb of Iranian General Qasem Soleimani. The attack coincided with memorials marking the 4th anniversary of his assassination by the U.S. Officials with the U.S. State Department are expected to speak with reporters in just a few minutes. Those twin blasts come amid heightened tensions in the region. Several people were killed in a suspected Israeli drone strike in Beirut yesterday, including Hamas's deputy leader. The blast ripped apart the face of an apartment building and littered the street with debris. Hezbollah militants in Lebanon have vowed to retaliate. Journalist Iris Mackler is following the latest developments. She's live in Jerusalem. So Iris, let's start with Iran and the twin explosions. Can you talk about the significance of this major attack?
Yes, it is a major attack, and it's a major attack because of the personality of Qasem Soleimani, who was part of the Revolutionary Guards, the commander of its Quds force, assassinated 4 years ago by Washington, by the US in Iraq. And he was such a powerful figure and such an important figure to the Iranian Revolution, to the Iranian resistance, coordinating resistance movements in all the surrounding countries. And today, at a commemoration in his hometown, near his grave, the two bombs, which we now believe to be roadside bombs, which exploded one after the other, which is why there's such a large death toll, and were remotely detonated, so local authorities say. Local authorities are saying this, describing this as an act of terror. They don't say who did it, but given the all that's going on, the volatility of the region at the moment, it could be there's a number of suspects, if you like. It could be opponents from within Iraq, Kurds, Sunni Arabs from the south. It could be, and some people are pointing the finger at Israel as well. Although I have to say, Israel does act within Iran, but usually they go for high-value targets, such as scientists working on the nuclear program. They don't usually do this. It doesn't have their fingerprints on it. But at the moment, it could be any of these players. And in the volatile current climate and with the history of Qasem Soleimani, it's a very, very emotional moment inside Iran.
And Iris, we're also hearing from the leader of Hezbollah reacting to yesterday's targeted killing in Lebanon. What's he say?
He's just finished speaking. He spoke for more than an hour. He was more impassioned than he was in the past few speeches he's been giving, more confident, if you like. And he was paying condolences, first of all, to the family of Saleh Harouri, who's the number 2 in Hamas, who was killed in an airstrike, a drone strike attributed to Israel. Israel hasn't officially accepted or confirmed that it was behind the drone strike, but that it took place in Beirut, in the part of Beirut that Hezbollah controls. And Hezbollah had previously said that if that happened, that it would demand a response. So all eyes were on this speech to see what that response would be. And he's kept us hanging in one sense, because what he has said is he's going to do part 2 on Friday. But what Sheikh Nasrallah did say was this: the axis of resistance, as he calls it, works individually. They are trained by Iran. They have ideas, they share ideas, but they act individually. And he has acted on behalf, he says, on behalf of Gaza, on behalf of Hamas, even though he wasn't warned about the attack. He stepped in and he has prevented an attack on Lebanon by his military actions. That's what Sheikh Hassan Nasrallah was saying. He also said, issued a warning to Israel. If they attacked, if they step up, if Israel steps up its attacks, then he will step up his attacks. It will be a war without limits, as he put it, and that war without limits will be terrible for Israel and terrible for the region. So a warning, a threat, but I didn't hear it as a sign that he's going to necessarily expand the war, which, by the way, has escalated quite significantly from the 8th of October, the date he was referring to after Hamas's attack on the 7th of October, the date he entered the war. It's certainly escalated since then. But I didn't see that he was going to respond with a massive attack to the assassination of Salah al-Aruri in Beirut last night. That wasn't how I took his words.
Iris, thank you. That is journalist Iris Mackler live in Jerusalem.